never stood a chance.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's December 21st, 2025, and we're just days away from Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 2, dropping on Christmas. Volume 1 absolutely wrecked us with those massive cliffhangers, Will unlocking his powers, reveal involving the military base, and most recently, Netflix hit us with the Volume 2 trailer, which you all definitely watched. However, there's more. This week, we got 2 exclusive new clips from Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 2, and they're already circulating on the internet as we speak. In fact, you've probably seen them somewhere already, but if you haven't, don't worry, because I'm here to play them for you and break down how they fit into the most recent trailer, as well as the current narrative of the show. One of these clips was obtained from Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show, and the other was a Spotify exclusive clip that had to be unlocked through a link shared on the official Stranger Things Instagram account. Now, before I play these clips, a fair warning, my friends, this breakdown will contain potential spoilers from Volume 2, so proceed with caution. Remember to like the video and comment your thoughts on these clips. Let's start with the one from Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show. After that episode 4 battle, which Vecna definitely won, the crew is forced to go after Vecna once again. Holly is still missing, the school kids were taken, and on top of that, Max, Eleven, and Hopper are also not around. That's when we see Joyce coming up with a plan, using Will to go after Vecna himself, not just the Demogorgons this time. Now, it's honestly nice seeing Joyce finally realizing that her son is confident, powerful, and genuinely important. You can tell she feels incredibly proud of him right now, and frankly, who wouldn't be? But let's be honest, Will gaining those powers and single-handedly taking down those Demogorgons doesn't mean he's automatically the strongest person to go after Vecna directly. Let's not be naive. Vecna is the master of the hive mind. He's undoubtedly stronger than all the creatures connected to him. And considering that scene where he resurrected those burned Demogorgons, it suggests he can decide when and how to grant power to his creatures. That also means he can sense that Will possesses a fragment of his power, which makes it feel strange, almost dangerous, for Will to use those powers against Vecna when Vecna may now be his master. Honestly, Will feels less like a weapon and more like some kind of puppet in Vecna's control. We've seen Eleven fight and nearly defeat Vecna before, but this is a very different situation. Eleven's powers are independent. With Will, we don't know that for sure. It's entirely possible that Will, Vecna, and the Demodogs are all sharing power drawn from the Mind Flayer. And what makes this even more concerning is that Joyce's plans tend to be terrible, even though her instincts are usually incredible. Still, seeing Joyce go from refusing to let Will join a simple crawl mission to now suggesting he be used to take down Vecna and his entire army in one move is both insanely hilarious and incredibly dangerous. This could go horribly wrong. In fact, you can tell the rest of the crew is hesitant to fully support the plan. They don't want to admit it's a bad idea because that would set Joyce off, but at the same time, they're clearly running out of options. Honestly, if someone outspoken like Dustin were there, he would have shut this down immediately. And cinematically speaking, whenever a character explains how easy a plan is going to be before it happens, it almost never works as intended. Writers often use this setup to prepare the audience for a major failure or unexpected twist. Because of that, I really don't think this plan will work, and if it isn't stopped, it could put Will in serious danger. I want to hear your thoughts on this one. Could Joyce's plan actually save the day, or is it pure chaos? Now, let's move on to the next clip. It opens with the season's new character, Derek, waking up in a grassy field alongside the other school kids who were kidnapped by the Demogorgons at the end of episode 4. The frame pulls back to reveal Mr. Whatsit, also known as Henry, standing before them. We learn that he brought these kids to the same place where he took Holly in Volume 1. As they follow him toward the Creel house, we hear his voiceover. Vecna tells the kids that he rescued them from the monsters. He even acknowledges that their memories might be foggy, meaning they likely don't fully remember what happened in the real world. He also warns them not to enter the woods, just like he warned Holly the first time she arrived here. We can see that Holly is also present with the rest of the kids, and we even catch a glimpse of Max watching them from a distance using a spyglass. The fact that Holly is here suggests that Mr. Whatsit isn't aware that Holly met with Max while he was gone. And if Holly's memory isn't completely blurred, she could be the key to helping Max and the other kids escape. This scene, along with related moments from the latest trailer, raises a lot of questions. First, we now have 3 versions of Henry: Vecna, Henry himself, and this new Mr. Whatsit. We've learned that these Mr. Whatsit scenes exist within Henry's memories, mindscapes, essentially, different realities where he exists simultaneously. It's possible that Mr. Watson represents the version of Henry Creel that could have existed if he had never been flayed, a good version of him. If that's the case, maybe this narrative is showing Vecna reflecting internally, realizing what he could have been, and possibly even setting up some form of redemption. On the other hand, Mr. Watson could simply be another manipulative persona Henry created to lure his victims more easily. Remember, Vecna told Will in episode 4 of volume 1 that he targets children specifically because of their vulnerability and how dogs after everyone else. Another theory suggests that Vecna plans to use these kids for something far more significant in the future, but what exactly? One possibility is that Henry intends to train these kids and turn them into an army against something even bigger and more dangerous than himself. At this point, it's entirely possible that Vecna isn't the ultimate villain of the series. To understand this, let's go back to the beginning. From Stranger Things, the first shadow play, we learned that Henry was born without powers. As a child, he went missing for about 12 hours after being transported to Dimension X. When he returned, he had gained his abilities, meaning he didn't create the Upside Down. We also learned that Dr. Brenner's father was once the captain of the USS Pegasus, which was lost in Dimension X, killing the entire crew except him. Before his death, he told Brenner about a world beyond our own, which sparked Brenner's obsession with opening portals. We also know that Henry conducted an experiment at home in Nevada that caused a garage fire, leading to a death and forcing the Creel family to move to Hawkins. His mother, terrified of him, desperately wanted him sent to a doctor. In Hawkins, Henry met Patty, a kind girl who became his love interest. She supported him after learning about his powers and encouraged him to use them for good. But the Mind Flayer began influencing Henry, driving him toward violence. His blood changed, and he started feeding on the energy of living things to grow stronger. Eventually, the Mind Flayer convinced him to kill humans, leading to the deaths of his mother and sister. Henry attempted to escape with Patty, but Brenner intervened, imprisoning him in the lab to eliminate his weakness. Believing Henry's psychic abilities could open portals to other dimensions, Brenner later created Project Indigo, using Henry's Dimension X-infected blood to create other psychic children like 11. From all this, we can deduce that the Mind Flayer is something far older, possibly primordial, predating both Vecna and Dimension X. That dimension may actually be the Mind Flayer's true home. So does this mean Vecna isn't the true villain, but another victim? If so, maybe he's using these kids the same way Brenner did, recruiting, shaping, and manipulating them to fight a larger war against the Mind Flayer itself. Or maybe, as Dustin says in the latest trailer, everything we thought we knew about the Upside Down is dead wrong. The Duffer Brothers have teased this for years, saying Season 5 would finally reveal the Upside Down's true nature. This scene screams major revelation. One popular theory suggests the Upside Down isn't a parallel dimension frozen on November 6, 1983, but something else entirely. Remember Erica's science class lesson about wormholes in Volume 1? Maybe the Upside Down is actually a folded space-time anomaly rather than a separate world. That massive energy wave in the trailer could represent a barrier breaking, allowing something far bigger to cross through. In that case, Vecna may simply be a pawn, with the Mind Flayer preparing to fully enter our world. Or perhaps the Upside Down is a corrupted memory realm built from Henry's trauma, and he's gathering these children for a ritual to merge the worlds completely. I'm leaning toward a twist that isn't just dead wrong in a minor way, but something existential that reshapes the entire lore. There's also that unsettling moment where Mr. Watson glitches between Henry and Vecna. It doesn't feel intentional. It looks like Henry is fighting back against an entity trying to control him. Overall, these clips are teasing the darkest and most epic battles yet. Hawkins fully merging with the Upside Down, massive revelations about its origins, and some truly heartbreaking goodbyes. Volume 2 drops 3 episodes on Christmas Day, setting up the massive finale on New Year's Eve. I'm predicting mind-blowing twists, the Upside Down as a primordial force or wormhole, Will, Carly, and 11 combining powers, and yeah, not everyone makes it out alive. What do you think? Which theory are you buying? Drop your predictions in the comments, smash like if you're hyped for Stranger Things Christmas, subscribe for my full breakdown once Volume 2 hits, turn on notifications so you don't miss it, and as always, stay safe from Demodogs. Peace out.